Hey kids, welcome back to Marysville Fire. I'm Firefighter Steve. You might remember me from the first video when we showed you the station. Well, we're sorry we can't do touch-a-truck still this summer and spring, so we thought we'd show you some of our trucks here, and you can watch the video and see what it's like to come to a touch-a-truck. We got a couple of trucks we're going to show you today. The first one is what we call a medic. You might call it an ambulance, but they're really the same thing. So a lot of people don't realize it, but here at the fire station, we take care of both fires as well as sick people and people that have accidents. And that's where the ambulance comes into play. So today, on our ambulance, we have a different set of guys on the ambulance today. You might know Firefighter Blake. He's on the truck today. If you come up inside, it's kind of like a hospital on wheels sometimes. Now, sometimes if you're sick and you're hurt, it can be kind of scary. And that's okay if you're scared, but just know that the firefighter's there to give you a hand and help you out. So this is a bed on wheels. It's pretty cool, okay? I'm going to show you a neat trick with it in a minute. It's pretty heavy, but believe it or not, we can lift this bed with one finger, and I'm going to show you how in a minute. But in the back of the truck, it can be a little scary sometimes. You're going to hear different funny noises, all kind of stuff like that. And this is one of our special machines over here. This can give us a picture of what your heart looks like. It can tell us how fast your heart's beating. And these are some of the noises you might hear. They're different, but not scary. So you don't need to worry about those too much. But all kind of stuff in here. We have humongous Band-Aids for people that have scrapes on their knees, things like that. We have all kind of stuff to help people out. But I promised you I'd show you this special cot. So come out here and check this out. You're going to like this. Okay. I promise you can lift this truck, this bed, with one finger. So there's some more of those funny noises we talked about. Different, but not scary, right? So here is our bed on wheels. Pretty cool, isn't it? Now, if you're sick or hurt, or if your mom or your dad are sick or hurt, and we have to come help them out, this is what we're going to put them on to take them with us. Now, it's a big, heavy thing. Who thinks I can lift this with one finger? Are you ready? Here we go, one finger. That is pretty awesome. We love it. Now, on the ambulance, there's all kind of different things. So hopefully you never have to come meet us when we're on that. But the cool stuff we have here at the fire station are the fire trucks. Now, if you guys want to keep looking at the ambulance, Firefighter Blake can probably show you around the ambulance quite a bit. But what do you say we go take a look at our fire truck? Come with me over this way. Now, we call this a rescue truck. It's a fire truck because we have water on it and fire hoses that we put out fires with. But we also have stuff on here to take care of special accidents like car accidents, or if there's a farming accident, things like that. So I'll show you some of that fun stuff. But if you notice our fire truck, we don't see any hoses, do we? Well, we like to keep our hoses nice and clean, so we kind of keep them hidden. See back here? That's our fire hose. If we have to go to a house fire, that's the hose that we use to help put that out. Pretty neat. We keep that hidden back there, so that way they stay nice and clean. Now, does anybody know what a fire hydrant is? A fire hydrant are those things that stick up in people's yards, and that's how we get water into a fire truck. So we have great, big, humongous hoses that you're going to see in just a minute, and those take water from the fire hydrant, and they come into the fire truck right through here, and that's how we put water onto a fire. Now come to the back of the truck, and I'll show you where we keep our great big hose. Now remember, I said we like to keep stuff hidden. So we keep it hidden back here because we like to keep it nice and clean. So behind this, we keep all of our special stuff. You ready? That is a lot of fire hose. This is humongous. Isn't that a lot bigger than that other fire hose? Now you see other fire hoses here. So what are those for? Well, sometimes some fires are bigger than others. So these are bigger hoses than the ones that are up front. So if we have great big fires, guess what we use? The great big hose. So we have all kinds of stuff. Now, on fire trucks, we usually have ladders, don't we? Does anybody see any ladders on this truck? I don't see any ladders yet. Now remember, I told you we like to keep stuff hidden so it stays nice and clean. Now behind these doors, who would believe that we can fit an entire ladder into this compartment? Oh, look at that. That doesn't look like much of a ladder. Well, watch this. Has anybody ever seen a magician pull a canoe out of a hat? Well, watch this. It just keeps coming and coming, and we're out of room. But believe it or not, this is a great big long ladder that's 14 feet long. It goes all the way up in the truck. And we'll push it back in just like the magician. And we close it up so that way it doesn't fall out while we're driving down the road. Now I promised you we have some special stuff on this truck, didn't I? Now behind this compartment are some really neat tools. Now I'll bet everyone has seen a car accident on TV or something like that. Well, sometimes we have to help people get out of their cars from a car accident if they can't get out of it on their own. And that's what these big special tools are for. These can actually cut apart a car in just a few minutes. It's pretty neat. Now this one, there's some really heavy stuff. But one button, you ready for that sound? That's the noise it makes when it's turned on. And this tool, we can cut apart a car by just moving things around. Pretty neat, huh? You wouldn't want to get your finger in there, would you? But this is all kind of stuff that we use to help cut people out of cars in case they need help. Now, around the other side, we have even more stuff. In this compartment, we have saws, more tools, we have little ladders, and this is one of my favorite things we have. I love this. Does anybody have a cat at home? If you have a cat, you have to have something called kitty litter. It's where the cats go to the bathroom. Well, when we have car accidents, sometimes fluids leak out from a car. There's oil and water and all kinds of things, and that makes the road slippery. So we don't want to leave the road slippery. So you know what we do? We call this our kitty litter. And this is a special chute right here. And inside this special chute is all the kitty litter we could want. You guys want to see it? It's pretty cool. I really like it. I'm going to pull this button. And it gets a little smoky, but when it's all done, we have a bucket full of kitty litter that we can put down on the road in case it gets slippery. I think that's pretty neat. That's pretty awesome. Come on up here. You wonder where the firefighters sit, I'm sure. Well, today on the fire truck, we have some different guys. Now, if you look back up there, are those seats facing the right way? They look like they're backwards. Well, guess what? They are backwards. Now, if you also notice, in those seats, there's a backpack. Does anybody wear a backpack to school? We do. That's a special firefighter backpack. Because if somebody has an emergency, we want to get there in a hurry, don't we? So that means we need to get moving down the road as quick as we can and get dressed along the way. So that's our special firefighter backpack that we wear when we go into a fire so that way we can breathe. Because we can't breathe nasty smoke, can we? Smoke's dangerous. Even firefighters don't breathe smoke. So we bring that special air with us. So when we're driving down the road and the guys will get dressed in their gear, they can already be moving, and to save time, they'll take their backpack and they'll put it on while we're driving down the road. And then when we get to an emergency, they're all ready and they can just climb out of the seat with their backpack. It's kind of like a jetpack, isn't it? Pretty neat. Well, I'm going to leave that here. And then our last seat on the truck, this is the pretty cool seat. This is where our friend Adam's riding today. This is the driver. That's a lot of buttons and switches, huh? Think you guys could learn how to use all those buttons and switches? It's a lot to learn. Well, I tell you what, guys, I'm glad you guys came to visit us in this video for our Touch-A-Truck today. I wish we could have you here with us, but hopefully soon we can have you guys back out, show you our trucks, let you climb inside just like before. So in the meantime, I hope you guys stay safe, be careful when you ride your bikes this summer, and we'll see you soon.